guys, this is Lilacspectrum here, and I'm here to record another video for you guys, another booktube video book review kind of thing. Review In Too Deep by Amanda Grace. Now, I don't know much about this book other than I've been wanting to review it and read it, not really review it, but read it for maybe a couple of years, maybe. I don't know how long it's in, but we're gonna find out some details about this, and then I can tell you some details about myself. So this book is called In Too Deep by Amanda Grace. It's a library book. I did not pay for it, but it says on the back, this is a paperback cover. It says $9.95 in the US, $11.50 in Canada. So that's a rough estimate of how much you'll get for, or how much you'll pay to buy it in paperback form. I don't know how much it is on Amazon. I don't know anything about that. Usually the book tells me how much it is on the back. I'm not going to go searching a better price. So that's up to you guys to find a better price. The first printing, it said first edition, first printing was 2012. So it's, you know, kind of young book, not too old. I'm gonna read the back, and then I kind of want to read this summary and the inside as well. So on the back it says, Carter didn't rape me. People at school think he did. Suddenly new friends are rushing to my side, telling me that Carter hurt them too. They say he's getting what he deserves. Maybe I don't want to fix this. And then on the inside it says, summary, trying to make her best friend Nick jealous, high school senior Sam becomes involved in a terrible lie that spirals out of control. So the back gives you a little bit more details than the inside flap. I usually just kind of read the inside flap because it gets short and sweet to the point, but actually the back did better at reviewing this book than the summary on the inside. So this is what the cover looks like. It's a girl at the bottom of a dark stairwell. I'm going to pull it up here so you guys can see. Ooh, it's kind of close. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Of course, there are probably better for it. I'm trying to find a word. I don't know if I'll feature this one in the thumbnail or not, because it's not, it's really dark, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if there are better covers, which I doubt there's a better cover than that, but if there is, I'll feature that one in the thumbnail. If not, I'll feature this one. So the thing about these covers is the things about covers that are dark, and I know I probably crap that up with my English language. You really need, and the back looks a little bit better. It's a little lighter pink, but it's the same like picture. You need a book that's going to get you. And this cover, honestly, in my opinion, and I don't mean this in a mean or harsh way, it didn't really get me. Honestly, if I picked up this book, didn't read the back or anything, I wouldn't have read this book. Now, this book has been on my to-read shelf for a long time, so that's how I knew I wanted to read it. But I wouldn't read this if you know, I just wouldn't. I think, and everybody says don't judge a book by its covers, and I try not to, but that's part of my job here, is to kind of judge the cover of the book and tell you guys how I feel about it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Basically, I've already kind of told you what happens. This girl she has a crush on this guy she likes named Nick. And, to make him jealous, she wears this crazy gaudy outfit to a party, and she is basically a mini skirt and like a pretty provocative shirt and some heels, and she is supposedly going to flirt with this guy named Carter to get her friend's attention, and honestly, that's the stupidest idea I've ever thought of to do anything, but okay. So, she does, and then she follows him up to his room, and basically he kind of says no, like she's like flirting with him, and like not teasing, but basically trying to get him to sleep with her, but not really, like she's just really drunk and out of her mind, kind of drunk, and then she falls, hits her face on something, I can't remember what, and then something about her shirt gets like messed up, and he's like, oh no, I don't want to sleep with you, you're ugly, and then she runs out of the room crying, and this girl in the hallway basically sees her and is like, oh my god, did he well, she didn't say did he rape you, she was basically like, oh my god, did he really do that to you? And she was like, yeah, but at the same time she was really drunk. So there are a lot of problems, not with the story plot, because I think this plot could go anywhere, honestly, and it's got a lot of potential. The thing that aggravates me about this book you are this guy's best friend, and I know there are a lot of these kind of stories going around nowadays, especially since like the Cinderella story kind of thing became something, but and all that Lizzie McGuire and stuff like that. Like, if it's your best friend, tell him how you feel. Why has you got to do, I don't know how many pages this is. Honestly, I didn't tell you guys that. This thing is saying 228 pages, which is very decent. 21 chapters. But what aggravates me is, like, she could have told, this guy's been her best friend for, like, forever, and, like, you can tell your friend that you like him. Like, come on, get it together. I guess it's because maybe I'm in a different part of my life than she is, and, like, I'm at a different level or something. I don't know. If I had a friend that I really, really liked, I would just tell them, okay, hey, by the way, I kind of like you. I know this, you know, you need to just get that out anyway, because this guy is going across country, and she's staying home for college, and, you know, you only get so many chances, right? And so that's how I feel about that. This girl basically, without saying anything, kind of blames him and says he raped her. But she goes to school, like, the weekend after all that stuff happens, and then they're, like, asking her questions, and, like, they're asking, like, did he really do that? And if it was me in a position that she's in, basically nothing happened to her, she just fell and hurt herself, and just got her ego really bruised. And if somebody asked me afterwards, and they were acting really, really, like, and I know she was being approached by people she had never been approached by, like, popular people or whatever, if people are asking me these kinds of questions, like, did he do what everybody's saying he did? Well, what is everybody saying he did? I would sit there and want to know what everybody was saying. That's the first thing I would want to know, is, like, what is everybody saying? Because they could be talking about anything. They could be talking about, did he try to kill you? Did he try to rape you? Did he say we're not going to have sex? I mean, there are so many opportunities, and there's so many different options that could be correct. So you're saying yes to people, and you don't even know what they're asking. And so I feel like the character was very stupid. And I'm not saying the writer's stupid, but I think the character was written very stupidly. I think that if it was me in a position, which, I mean, she might have, the whole reasoning behind the character not asking might have been because she was just so shocked that all these people were talking to her. But honestly, if people are going to come up to me and I see this guy's got his car egged, I see he gets sideswiped by another guy, the guy, like, basically pushes him down. If I see all this stuff happening, I'm going to start asking questions. And number two, where are the parental figures? I only got through 8 chapters of this book, which is only, I'll find out how many pages that is for you. I was on chapter 8 when I decided to stop reading it. I did stop reading it. That's 80 pages in. This many pages I read before I said I'm done, which is pretty good for me because I don't usually read almost 100 pages and just decide. Usually if I get 100 in, I'm going to finish it up. But I know it only had like a weekend to kind of ferment and all that kind of stuff, but I just believe that if rape allegations were going around, somebody would at least be questioning it in school authority figures, because I know how high school is. If something happened, everybody knows about it in like 10 minutes. It doesn't, you know, especially if it gets a whole weekend to ferment like the character supposedly implied that it had. So either the writer was trying to portray the school system being stupid and not giving her the opportunity to be heard from, or I hadn't got to it yet, or whatever. But honestly, and like her best friend that supposedly knows so much about her doesn't even know. Like they rode by and saw that Carter's car, which is the guy that supposedly raped her, was egged, and so he texts the guy and basically says, oh, your car's egged, you might want to wash it off. Well, she didn't know anything was happening. He didn't know anything that was happening. She just figured it was coinkydink. Well, you know, whatever. And honestly, I figured the guy who was getting blamed for rape would at least text him back and be like, hey, yo, that's blah, blah, blah's fault, because she said I raped her, or whatever. And, so, I don't know. There's a lot of wrong about this. And then she's saying that this guy is really mean to other girls, and she doesn't want to fix this. Maybe I don't want to fix this. I don't care what this person did to you. He just said no to having sex with you. He can have an opinion. Albeit, he went about it the wrong way. He shouldn't have said you need a bag over your head. Well, I have a bag over my head if we had sex, and this he shouldn't approach it that way. I will give her that credit. You do not blame somebody to raping you and it didn't happen. You need to straighten that out, and that's really kind of what aggravated me with this character, because that's just as bad as an abuse allegation or any other kind of allegation like that. Like, you need to come to terms with that, and you need to tell them, hey, this isn't what happened. So, I don't know. This book kind of infuriated me by the 8th chapter. The first couple of chapters started off good, and then I think the relationship between Nick and the girl, I can't remember her name, whatever. I think her name is Sam or something like that. Anyway, I don't care, because it's not going to matter in another day. But honestly, I think their relationship moved really fast. Like, he was just talking about being with this other girl, and then, like, at a party the next day, he's like, oh, by the way, I really like you, let's make out. Even though I want two friends to get together like that, I don't have a problem with that, I just don't feel like you go that quickly. And maybe in high school you do. I never did that, so I don't know. But anyway, so that's really all the I have about this book. I feel very, like, mad about it. I probably should read it and see how it ends. But honestly, there's a lot of questionable parts that I felt were interesting. So, I don't know. I may eventually come back and read it another day. I don't know. But that was In Too Deep. So, if you guys want to check it out, you can always just Google it, In Too Deep by Amanda Grace. If you've read it, tell me how you feel. If you want to read it, tell me about that. I'm in a theater class which talks about theater in general, and that was another part of the actual class, was talking about criticizing a theater or a play or a movie, and it's kind of related back to me because I do this kind of stuff on YouTube. Even though I'm not popular for it, it just kind of makes me think of how am I relaying information to you guys. And so one of the things was this review helpful? Like, did this review make you want to go out and read the book or watch the movie or whatever? So I've been thinking a lot about how I want to review and how I want to either convince you or to do it or not to do it. Obviously, I want you to read all these books that I read and tell me how you feel. Like, if you like it or you hated it, whether I liked it or I hated it or not. My thing is not to persuade you not to read this book. I want you to read this book and formulate your own opinions about it. That's why I do it. Even for books I didn't like, which this is one of them. I didn't hate this book, but I don't love it. But my thing is not to make you not want to read it. It's to kind of make you question, and how do you feel about somebody blaming somebody and saying they raped me and they didn't do it. So how do you feel about that kind of stuff? That's what my job's for. So leave your comments and information below. Back to the whole uploading thing. I'm going to try to stay on top of uploads. Like I said in the last video, I'm usually pretty good at on my upload schedule. If things do not go the right way, like I want them to, if something happens that I can't upload or something is slow or taking forever, I will try to tweet about them or either to comment on my Facebook about them, and I probably will do both. I do have a Facebook fan page and a Twitter. That's just me in general. I do everything from talking about this stuff to just my own personal life on there. And so if there's ever a time where things do not go like I want them to go, I will leave them there. So you can find those places down below. You can also find my Instagram, my Wattpad, my fan fiction, DeviantArt, and like I said, Twitter and my fan page are below. Usually I'm going to try to stay on time, and I think I've got this whole thing situated so that it's okay, but things can happen. Life happens. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to read any other cool books or if you have any suggestions, leave them below. And I also have an awesome selection of reviews on my channel of other different kinds of books. Nothing like this. I don't think I've ever read a book about rape. Maybe I have. I don't know. But I don't think I've reviewed anything about rape. But anyway, if you want to read some books that I like, there's a whole slew of them on my channel. So go check it out. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you back here next week. Bye!